Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. We're going to be doing a side quest in this episode. There are a few significant side quests you can do here, and this is one of them. I'm going to be going to this place called the Centra Ruins. It's something to do with the Centra civilization that died out like 100 years or whatever before. To me, it kind of looks like a lighthouse that's been encased in some sort of cage or whatever. But that's really not terribly relevant. What you'll probably notice immediately, though, is the timer that's clicking down in the upper left corner of the screen. It starts off at 20 minutes, and that's how much time you have to complete this before, well, you're expelled from the area. Then you have to come back in and try again, I believe. I don't think you die if you run out of time. Unless you reach the boss of this area, and then if the time runs out while you're fighting the boss, then then it's all over for you. On the other hand, oh wow, look at that! This can be for a lot of people a very worthwhile journey, and I don't think it's a little bit. The thing you gain out of this dungeon here is a little bit at odds with my strategy for playing the game, but I don't really want to explain why just yet. But I will give you a hint that when we first came into the area, it was being announced that a character named Odin had been was talking to us. Now, if you remember Odin is a Norse god, but the name is used in the Final Fantasy series quite repeatedly as a summonable monster that is usually quite powerful, oftentimes performing one-hit kills on enemies, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Okay, we had to go up there and hit that switch, then you gotta go down here and get this. Now I'd say that this is actually going to be quite a difficult area to play in the event that you don't have the half encounters or no encounters abilities that you get from Diablos. I don't think it's impossible to beat if you have to worry about getting in the fights, but it's going to make it quite a bit more difficult. Okay, I just hit that switch there, and some stairs extended out the wall of the lighthouse. And now I'm not sure if... It's been a little while since I've done this. I think, okay, we didn't actually need to go up here, I think. Jeez, they're passing right through each other. It's weird. But there is a draw point up here. And we do have the time to do this. 17 minutes left. It's probably only going to take about another 4 or 5 to reach the boss. And then maybe another, like, 2 or whatever to defeat it. It's an estimate, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it. Alright, now I'm going to go run across the, run up the stairs. Now, in the last episode we had gone and, oh, wow, a whole lot of stuff happened. They had all found out that they were they were all orphans through the Sorceress War between Galbata and Nestar, and all these main characters, with the exception of Renoa, they're all orphans of the Sorceress War, and they all ended up at an orphanage down at the southern continent, although I don't think they identified its location. They had all been in this orphanage, and the person who ran the orphanage was Eden the Crater. Crater. Oh my god. Kramer. Like the guy from Seinfeld. She is the sorceress who is now running Galbata. Now, why did she raise them? We all know that she's married to Headmaster Sid, which seems a little weird because he seemed to have been training these people up to fight her, which that gets more confusing than that. It was her idea to train these kids to be able to fight her, and which, I mean, a whole lot of confusion going on here. And at this point, they revealed a whole lot about their past, about our main character's past, up at this point in the game. But at the same time, it kind of feels like they've raised more questions than they've answered at this point. It's, okay, remember this code, 26519. I'm going to write that down, 26519. I do not have a pen. Okay, I got it. Gotta take the eyes. Ha. So we gotta ask a lot of questions at this point. At all, like I said, it posed a lot more questions than it answered. Why is the sorceress the one that actually came up with the idea of training soldiers to defeat a sorceress? Why did, what could have caused her opinion to change? I mean, I can't imagine she was actually intending these kids to go and fight her. Also, the idea that they had all lost their memory as a result of a side effect of using the Guardian Force. Now, I'm guessing it doesn't actually delete their memories, because they're still able to recall them had they been reminded. Okay, this is the point you put that code in. 26519. Now, don't bother remembering this code. I'm pretty sure it's randomized. So, on any other subsequent playthroughs, it will not work. As long as they continue to use the Guardian Forces, which Irving was someone who never really used them before, so he retained his memories, at least as much as you'd expect a person who's 18 to remember when they were 5. But the other characters, for the most part, have forgotten. Okay, we are fighting the Guardian Force, Odin. Now, the thing about Odin here is Odin will not attack us. At least not until the timer runs out. Then, in the event that that happens, he will just kick the shit out of us. So, oh, no. I'm going to make sure I get these spells here. Oh, it's death. I kind of wish Squall had the ability to, stock some more magic here, because Odin's got some powerful crap we could use. Well, at least I can stock these. And what do we have? Triple! Oh, wow, that is powerful. Oh, man, I wish Squall could stock that. Probably should have prepped a little bit more before I came into that. All I can get is double. Triple is not really a terribly useful spell to use in the game, because all it'll really ever do for you is allow you to cast a magic spell that's in your stock already 3 times. Now, granted, that does actually sound quite useful, but I personally, in my playthroughs, I tend not to actually cast stocked magic a lot, because if you cast stocked magic, all you're really ever going to cast are the good magics, and your good magics are traditionally just going to be used for boosting your stats. So you cast a stocked magic, your stats go down, which is why I don't really do it. But triple is extremely good for, just like double before it, is extremely good for boosting stats. So I'm going to try and get a few of these things, and boost Squall's doubles while I'm at it. And then once I start to run low on minutes, I will, I guess I'll go and kill him. You know what? Screw it. I'm already doing pretty well with stats. I'm just going to take him out now. I'd hate to cut the camera here, and I don't want to make you watch me draw a lot of magic from this guy. Now, as long as I get Squall doing attacks, because Zell in particular, his physical attacks are pathetic for some reason. I actually had the... Oh, okay. I actually had the ability to form a limit break with Squall there. Let's see if I can get that to happen again. There we go. I've already successfully performed Mug, so it's nothing left to steal. He did actually a pretty weak physical attack there, because the limit break was sort of like at the upper limit of your ability to perform the limit break. Like if Squall's HP were lower, he'd do more than 4 attacks. Oh, the finisher. Finisher doesn't always actually finish the enemy. Although it did this time. And we've gotten Odin's card. Diablos learned HP plus 28%. And now... Okay, and now we have successfully gained Odin as a Guardian Force. But, you know, that's a little bit misleading, because he's not a traditional Guardian Force. In order to demonstrate what he will do, I have to go and remove... let's get into a battle. Encounters none, remove that. And get into a fight. Now we can't junction Odin like a regular Guardian Force. It's just not possible. He's not available on the list of Guardian Forces. But what will happen is he will randomly be summoned at the start of battles. Now, I think it's something along the lines of maybe 10% of the battles I get into from this point forward, provided they're not boss battles, something that can be instant kill. He will summon automatically, and I think it will always happen on your first fight, which is why I... Oh, okay, I was wrong about that. Okay, I'll try and find some way of demonstrating it later on, but you get my point. He'll randomly summon at the start of a battle and will instant kill all the enemies, much in the same way they said it. And that would be it. Now, there's something else I can do in this area, but I'm not even sure I'm willing to do it at this point in the game. I may continue on with the story from this point forward, so I'm going to bring this episode to a close, though. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.